Gamers and moviegoers, what's going on, guys? I'm the Messiah. This is Messiah Entertainment, and today we were talking about that Black Lightning trailer. Black Lightning is a new TV show coming on CW. He's a DC character. I think one of the first black superheroes of all time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, I was pretty interested in seeing this show because the whole character looked pretty interesting. They released that poster of him. But after watching the trailer, I gotta say I was really kind of interested in watching this show for two main reasons. Firstly, this guy is a seasoned hero. You know, as opposed to some of the other characters we've seen, The Flash, you know, Oliver Queen, Supergirl, these are all their origin stories and how they eventually became the major heroes that will, you know, one day, I guess, save the world. Well, I mean, they do save the world, but, you know, those major heroes like the Green Arrow, The Flash that we see in the newspaper article in the very first episode, you know, Supergirl, who's on the same level as Superman, you know, all these kind of heroes, you know, the legends of tomorrow will eventually become legends, but, you know, they got to work their way up towards that. This character seems like he used to, you know, that old school origin story that's already passed, and he's retired by this point. He has a family, he's a principal, so when he returns back to fighting crime, he's a bit more seasoned. You know, he knows, hopefully he knows certain things that, you know, a younger character will probably take a few episodes, maybe a few seasons to really understand. This one, you know, he has children, like I said, he's a principal, so he's fighting for the community. You know, to me that sounds like it's going to be pretty interesting to see somebody who with experience coming back into the battlefield rather than watching some newbie try to, you know, hatch some things out. This doesn't look like a world with a bunch of other, like, supervillains and stuff going on. He looks like he's just fighting a bunch of gangbangers, but it should be nice to see somebody who's already been through the origin story stuff. And, speaking of, you know, him fighting a bunch of gangbangers and stuff like that, that just went to my second point of why I'm kind of excited for this show. This show seems pretty grounded in, like, reality and stuff. Of course, they'll probably introduce some kind of supervillain later on, but as it stands right now, it looks like he's just fighting regular on the streets. He's fighting this 100 gang, and, you know, that sounds pretty interesting because in these other shows, you know, it seems like they're fighting always super villains, some kind of Gorilla Grodd, some kind of Damien Dark, you know, Ra's al Ghul sort of character. You know, other than maybe in the first two seasons of Arrow, it seemed pretty grounded in him fighting other regular human beings. And then, you know, it kind of evolved, because it had to, because, you know, it's mixed in with Flash and all these other shows. It had to evolve past that. This show may end up taking that same route. However, it seems really interesting to me that they're going to start off with him just trying to kind of help out the community. It seems like his daughter has some sort of superpowers. And the show doesn't actually connect to the rest of the Arrowverse, Flashverse, whatever you want to call it. It's its own separate thing, sort of in the way that, you know, like Supergirl's in a different dimension. I guess that's sort of how they're handling this here. I don't know. I think they said they're not planning to do any crossovers with him yet. So I don't know if I don't think that's going to cross him out of any future crossovers. I think they're just trying to get their footing with this show in first, and then when, you know, the fan base is sort of established, then we can bring in other characters and stuff like that. You're not having any reoccurring characters from like Flash or Arrow like Legends of Tomorrow did, you know, so you can't really justify the crossover just yet. So, you know, but it seems like it's going to be grounded in a lot more reality than some of these other shows. Not that that's a problem for the other shows, but I just think that'll be interesting to see a different sort of superhero that's more on a street level, sort of like a Luke Cage, Daredevil, you know, Jessica Jones sort of level, you know what I mean? I'm always down for more superhero shows, especially with shows like Arrow and Flash steadily improving over time. You know, I had some problems with season 4, but, you know, with season 5, at least for the first half, it seemed like some of those problems are improving. Haven't really got around to the second half yet. Flash got a lot better than I thought last season was, and Legends of Tomorrow was absolutely great. It's just so much freaking fun. I just watched an episode with George freaking Lucas in it. That was so much fun watching that episode. I just love that show. But I just love the CW and what they're doing. Haven't caught up to all of Supergirl yet, but that was pretty good in itself. So I'm looking forward to a brand new show from these guys. I can't wait to see it. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure you guys got your own. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of the Black Lightning trailer? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you looking forward to the show? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, guys. Please check me out on my other channel, Director's Jakes, and we got cool skits and short films for you guys, including Star Wars Reprisal, a short film I did not too long ago. Be sure to check that out. Run a channel with my boy Johnny Lee, has his own channel on Jakes B Entertainment. Be sure to check that out. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'm Messiah. This is Messiah Entertainment. See you guys next time. Peace.